The first horse of the day is my blinged out butterfly horse. And to start with, let's go to her beautiful eyes. She has bling on the top and the bottom, as well as purple eyelashes. And yes, I made her eyes purple, black, and white. And then she has on a little makeup to match. I gave her this metal top. I haven't glued it on yet because I'm trying to debate if I want to give it to her or take it off. Haven't decided yet. Trying to see if I can get used to it. Then there's these butterfly brooches. And then you know I have to put my butterflies on the horse. I'm just in love with butterflies. And especially when they're blinged out. Then she has a heart medallion. And it also helps to cover up the hole. Isn't she lovely? And then I use necklaces. And of course the necklace wasn't long enough. This actually wasn't a necklace. It was a garland for a Christmas tree. And it's lime green. So I was like, oh, perfect. It matches. And I found this in the thrift store. I spray painted her body with white. And she was originally black. So I wanted her to look kind of misty. So I left her legs and hooves black. And I kind of lightly sprayed her with white. And if you can see behind her, I have this little doll head with green yarn hair. It kind of matches her mane and her tail. And then on her little booty, she has this blinged out, kind of looks like the sun. And it matches her mane, which has different colored rhinestones. And I love her. I love pink for some reason. Blue used to be my favorite color, but now it's starting to be pink. So you're gonna see a lot of my horses are gonna be pink. But I officially finished her today, so her paint, as you can see, is still wet. And it's drying. I may have to give this saddle another coat of paint. I might leave it like that because I kind of like the discoloration because it makes it look a little worn. But yeah, that's my horse. I haven't given her a name yet. Waiting for my Facebook friends to name her because they come up with some real good names. I be like, that's a good name. This next horse is my first neon horse that I've ever painted. I've had this idea and my inspiration is actually the LOL Surprise neon doll that I purchased for someone secondhand. So I painted her body a neon pink, and you can't tell that she glows in the dark until you of course turn off the light or either turn on a black light. I found this bow in a boutique store and I was like, oh, those are the perfect colors for my horse. And of course, you know, I had to give her a little makeup over her eyes. The paint is kind of like an aqua or teal. And then I embellished her with these butterfly rhinestones. They were head pieces and then I cut them up. So I kind of take things that are meant for one thing and I repurpose it for the horse to decorate her. And these are actually earrings that I put on the horse, and they also glow in the dark once you turn off the light. I wanted to make the neon stand out, so I added black to her mane as well as to her saddle. And I put these butterflies on the saddle, as well as I gave her this tutu. This tutu I found in the thrift store, and to make it fluffy, I added some more tulle to it. And then there's kind of like a surprise under her tutu. you have these glow in the dark stars. A little surprise. And then also on her mane is another butterfly. As you can see, I love butterflies. And they also represent my mom, who passed away from heart disease, and she loved butterflies. And before she passed away, we were sitting on her bed, and I said, Mommy, if you ever come back and you ever want to show yourself that you're around when you pass away, what would you come back as? And she told me I would come back as a butterfly. So that's why you'll see a lot of butterflies on my crafts, and because I like butterflies myself, as well as dragonflies. So you'll start seeing dragonflies as well. Then I put this flower design on my horse, and I'm trying to determine if I want to put these designs all over the horse or just in certain spots. So this is the horse that I'm going to try to complete between today and tomorrow. I've been working on her, but then I kind of put my horses to the side because I had gotten so busy. But when I get a break from work, I try to work on them just a little bit at a time. But I hadn't even been doing that. So I made a commitment to myself that I would get my horses done by this weekend. And as you can see, I have one down that I've completed, and I have 2 more to go. And here is the last horse of the day. She was inspired by LOL Surprise. I believe it's Bumblebee doll that I also purchased with the Neon LOL Surprise doll. And she's another one that I've been putting on hold. I painted her a mixture of browns and whites and I believe yellows. I wanted her to look like ice cream, but also look like she could possibly be wood. So I put this paint on her, and it looks a little like melted chocolate, a little bit mixed with like some vanilla, which is what I wanted, because the goal is that, as you can see the front of her face, this is melted ice cream. Then I'm gonna have a scoop of ice cream here, and then above the ice cream is gonna be an ice cream cone, and then the ice cream cone is gonna have different treats stuck to it as if the ice cream is melted on her face, because bumblebees are usually attracted to sweet things. So I thought it would be cool to do something a little bit different. And I plan to finish her also by this weekend. And when I think of bumblebees, I also think of sunflowers. So I put a sunflower on her head. And my kids were like, Mom, why'd you put this pink on her? It looks off. But of course, when you're an artist, when you first start something before you finish it, sometimes people don't get it. They don't see your vision, and that's okay. So as you come down, you can see the bumblebees that I have glued onto her, and then I painted the paths that the bumblebees take, as well as I painted her mane and tail gold. Now, I've painted this saddle about 3 times because I like the color and I don't like the color. So that's why the saddle is a little unfinished, and that's okay. If you don't like something, especially with paint, just paint over it. And then I put these gold blinged out diamond brooches on her, and these also cover up the holes that are on the horse, as well as I put a bumblebee here as well. So she's almost complete, not quite. There's a certain vision that I have for her, and sometimes, you know, when the vision isn't coming to be, you kind of will stop and take a step back. So that's what I did with these horses. But now that I have the time to work on them, it's like, okay, time to pull them back out and finish them. And then once I'm finished, I love on them a little bit. I stare at them, and then it's like, okay, you up for sale. Girl, it's time to go. No, but on a serious note, they bring me a lot of joy. I love working on them, you know, because it's something that's fun. It doesn't feel like work. And when you're an artist, you know, you always are creating in your mind. So this gives me a chance to take what's in my mind and make it realistic. So I hope you all enjoy.